Hey everyone, my name is Tom. I am a software developer at SSW, and today I'll be showing you how to add custom HTML rule in CodeAuditor. So let's take a look. So we have a whole instruction on how you can do this in our CodeAuditor's page. So you can simply go to How It Works tab, and then scroll down to How to Add Custom HTML Hint Rules. Alright, so the first thing you need to do is you need to go to our GitHub repository for CodeAuditor, and then you will want to clone our project in your local machine. Once you have cloned the project in your local machine, the first thing you need to do is you can go to a file called custom-html-rules.js. And then you can simply copy and paste the template here to add the rules. Alright, so just before we add the logic, what you need to do beforehand is to bring your rule ID to another file called api.js, which sits under Docker. Then at line 74, you would want to add a new item in the HTML hint config object. So that would be your rule ID and then colon to true. The next file you want to add is an utility files, which is the file that sits under UI/source/utilities. And then you scroll down to line 449. Again, you can simply copy and paste the templates that I have had here and bring your rule ID as well. Alright, so just to give you a quick example, I have a simple custom rule here that checks for all the incorrect Scrum terms within a page. So what this custom rule does is that it will scan for all the text within a page, and if a text contains the following Scrum terms, it will report it as a warning. Alright, so how do we test this custom rule? So there are two ways that you can do to test your custom rule. The first way is to use unit testing, and the second way is to run your custom rule directly on a URL using Node.js. Alright, so let me show you the first way, which is to use unit testing. So we can see that we have a test folder here, and I have already made a new unit test file that contains two test cases. And in order to run your test, you can simply open the terminal and then just run npm test. And as you can see, both of my test cases have passed, which means that my rule is working correctly. Alright, so the second way that we can test is to run our scan directly on a URL using Node.js. So I have this URL here ready to be tested, and just to make our test a bit simpler, I'll just find all the location of the Scrum text within this page. So let me just make some modification to my custom rule. So instead of trying to find all these Scrum terms, let me just find only one Scrum word here. Alright, so what you need to do here is to run node index.js URL and copy and paste the URL of your website and debug and run it. As you can see from our test result here, we can see all the location of our Scrum words. So for example, there's one in line 37 at column 33. So what we can do is to view page source, go to line 37, and we can see it finds the correct Scrum words. Let me just try another one. There's one at line 70 at column 51. So let me just go to line 70, and there we go, another Scrum word. There's also one at line 71 at column 55, and yeah, You get the whole idea. Okay, so after you have finished creating and testing your custom rule, the final step is to make a pull request and have your custom rules deployed to CodeAuditor. So in your Visual Studio Code, the only three files that should be in your pull request are api.js, custom HTML rules.js, and utilities.js. So let me just add all these files to my stage changes. And in the message for my pull request, I would say custom rule hyphen grammar scrum term, and then add it. Then I will check out to a new branch called custom rule grammar scrum terms. And then I will push that to the origin. Typically all the same steps you would do to make a pull request. And then you would go to CodeAuditor repository. You should see this message. And then press compare and pull request. Custom rule grammar scrum terms. And in the message, you could give more details about what your custom rule does and all the testings that you have added in for these custom rules. Alright, so that is how you create, test, and deploy your custom rule in CodeAuditor. Thank you for watching, and let me know if you have any feedback. Bye!